Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about ANY.RUN. All right. So let's first get some idea. Signatures. Most antivirus tools detect the malware using signatures. It's a unique fingerprint or hash value. So if you have any malware like I love you, it will create a hash value, and this hash value will be stored in the antivirus database, and based on this hash value any known malware fingerprints or malware sample will be detected. This is how signature based antivirus really works. Any file, there will be a hash value or a fingerprint, right? But today, if you look at the latest malware, these are getting smarter and smarter. So it changes its code every time it's spread, okay, and making those signatures really irrelevant because it changes its behavior. So if you look at the malwares like emotet and qbot, these uses this they uses this technique called polymorphism to avoid any possible detection. Now, to catch these threats, security team and researcher uses tools like sandbox solutions, right? So this is kind of a safe environment where where a malware will be executed and its behavior will be analyzed. So Cuckoo, Cap, and integer community version can be used there, right? Now, but the catch here is many of the modern malware strengths know if they are in the sandbox. So they know that their behavior will be analyzed. So they won't really show their behavior or pattern, right? So this is where ANY.RUN will be used. ANY.RUN is an interactive sandbox solution where you can move your cursor, you can click different buttons and type different commands. So just like a real computer. So this tricks the malware into showing its true behavior. And this is what we are going to learn in this video. I'll going to walk you through the pro version of ANY.RUN and show you why it's an interesting solution for malware analysis. We will also upload a suspicious file and sample and watch its behaviors, and we are also going to go. I'll take you through different features of ANY.RUN as well. If you are a student, SOC analyst, or maybe someone wanted to get into cybersecurity, this video will help you to understand the malware analysis. All right. So without taking much time, let's get started. Let's begin with submitting a file. Okay. So click on new analysis. And then we have two options, simple mode or pro mode. We'll go with the simple mode initially. Click on upload, select any malware sample. I'll go with this. You can select the operating system. I have selected Windows 10. All good. Run the public analysis. It might take some time. Now, while it is performing the analysis, in meanwhile, you can also move the cursor. As I said, you can click on some buttons if you want. You can open any file on the machine. This shows that it's a genuine machine and it's not a sandbox to the malware itself. Okay. Perfect. You can see the analysis is complete now. On the right top, you can see it's malicious. You also have a hash value, MD5 hash value. You also have an indicator. It says it's a known threat. You also have a threat name, category, agent, Tesla, stealer. Means it's maybe stealing your data. You can also download the sample itself. You also have an IOC. You can find the IOC with SHA-256 different domains. This malware tried connecting to IP address and HTTP request. All right, so you have few more information, and this is the process level execution that happened, right? It extracted the the zip file, so you can see the error saying generic archive extractor. And then it also executed one more file, which is system32. And now if you look at on your bottom, you have 4 section: HTTP requests, connections, and DNS requests, and of course one more, which is threat, right? So in the HTTP request, you can see all the requests which has been established with the remote server. You can also find there is one request established with which was used to download some content, some binary as well. This looks like from Microsoft itself. So, but there are few more domain which has been used. Again, the Microsoft. There's few more from DigiCert. These are all from Microsoft itself. So nothing to worry about it. And then we also have some connection which got established, DNS request. So on the request side or domain side, there's nothing really suspicious. Only thing which is problematic, I guess, it's on the WinRAR itself, on the execution side itself, right? So that's all give you the idea. That's all gives you the idea about what's really happening on the process level, and that's why it marked it as malicious. Let's analyze one more sample here. In this case, we also have another, compressed file. The file will be extracted. You can see the file has been extracted, and this is malicious activity. You can see the MD5 hash value, and in the connection, you don't see something suspicious, or there is no threat as well. You can see in the connection request and DNS request as well. I don't see anything suspicious, at least in here. But on the process side, you can see the WinRAR, the execution has been done, the file has been extracted, and it's read the security setting of Internet Explorer, and then it process drops the legitimate Windows executable. Then it run the scheduler task, and then there are some more child process and file execution happen. You can see there's one more execution in here which says steals credentials from web browser. An action looks like stealing personal data. There's also an attacker, MITRE ATT&CK ID as well. When you click on it, you will get exact idea about the device, object, path as well. You can also look at few more information related to checking for external IP address. You can check the destination source. For this, I can copy the destination IP address. I can go to the virus total, and under the virus total, then I can submit this IP address and see if it is legitimate or not. You see this IP address seems to be legitimate. It can happen. Of course, the attacker may use an IP address which is legitimate, so that's not a problem. But the process and execution is definitely malicious, right? That's why it has been marked as malicious activity by ANY.RUN itself. Let's talk about one more very cool feature of ANY.RUN, which is Pro Mode. By default, you get a simple mode. If you click on Pro Mode, you get an option of detail customization. So you can upload the file, and then you have an option of start object from. This is where you can choose where the sample starts. You can choose the option, maybe a user home directory, download directory, app data, temporary. Okay, by default, mostly it's temporary directory. Okay, you can also choose open in browser, maybe in Edge or Internet Explorer. Then you have an option of command line where you can specify, you can simulate the execution with the custom command as well. Then you have an option for extended duration. You can extend the duration as per your need. If you want to analyze the malware for a longer duration, then you have network option where you can choose a specific route your traffic should pass through. So you have an option of Tor and other VPN options as well. You have fake net and HTTPS, MITM proxy as well. Then you have preset configuration, but it's currently default. We can add a new one too. Now, on the operating system side, we have multiple operating system available, Windows 7 to Windows 11, and we have Ubuntu and Android 2. When we have a list of application that you can see and tool selections options as well. And so once you select them, you can then submit the public analysis. It will be a customized malware analysis as per your need. Right, so next, let's talk about the threat intelligence feature. On your left, you have threat intelligence. Click on it. Threat intelligence is basically information that a SOC analyst can use to protect their network, right? So when we submit different file and different malware samples to the ANY.RUN, it extract those information and give us those relevant data so that we can build our defense well. Okay, so this can include different threat intelligence information, IOCs like IP address, domain, file name, or it can also be mapped towards specific MITRE attack technique ID. Okay, so you can see we have a lookup option. This is where we have a MITRE attack matrix, and these are all the tactics and these are all the techniques. On your left we have a public request. We can see different requests being asked. We have Yara as well. Let's begin with the lookup first. You can see different lookups based on task, based on file name, URL, environment, modules, everything, right? So just for a testing purpose, we can start with maybe, let's say, threat name. Okay, we have a threat name, a specific threat actor group. Let's say threat name this one, right? Let's say we are looking for APT29 maybe, and then we can add an AND operator, and we can be very specific about file type or maybe image path itself. Okay, so image path, and then we can specify the maybe path name or the file name itself, which in my case it's just mini.exe. Let's search for it if I find some relevant information about this. But clear idea that this file is linked with this APT29 threat actor group, right? That's one way. Similarly, you can do the lookup based on IP address, domain, URL, and many other threat actor group as well, just like I'd shown you earlier, right? You also have an option of registry key, registry name, network threat, domain name, many more. We also have an option of Yara rule. I can also create a Yara rule and create a custom Yara rule and enter this here. And this has a lot of information. You can check that later. I'll perform the scan quickly, and this will give us a lot of information. You can see all the files related to this Yara rule. And this is quite quick. This is quite fast, right? We also have an option of public submissions. You can click on reports here, and this is where you can find all the submissions made publicly. Okay, so you can find different submissions where there is no threat, but there's one suspicious activity, one malicious activity as well. And this is for Windows 10 as well. So what I can do is I can probably click on it, and this public submission will give you all the insights of the recordings, IOCs, text report. You can click on IOCs and you can find all the indicator of compromise and different malicious domains as well. You can find the HTTP request at the bottom, different binaries which has been downloaded, different connections as well. You can find the different connections. This connection seems to be malicious, that's why it's marked as red. This is also malicious, it has been marked as red. This is most likely from China. Yes, that's China. And requested, and there's no threat, but the execution seems to be malicious. That way you can go and look at different public submission and learn from those submissions. ANY.RUN also uses SurikataIDS. Okay, the SurikataIDS is a network-based intrusion detection system. So you can see this is another sample file, and on your right, on your bottom, you have threat option. We have multiple threat detected. We can select any one of them. If you go to the Suricata Rules, this rule helps ANY.RUN to detect the specific malware, which is ghost malware, you can see. And you can even use this same rule to detect malicious activity in your organization as well, right? So this is how ANY.RUN uses the Suricata rules. ANY.RUN also supports the mapping of attack, MITRE ATT&CK. Okay, MITRE ATT&CK organizes the TTPs, the tactics, techniques, and procedures of different attacker groups. Okay, and when you have a sample analysis done, you can click on attack here, and once you click on it, you will see the detail information. Yes, so you see the detailed information of how many tactics being discovered, for the sample, how many techniques being discovered and different events as well. You can see what you have on the top. These are all tactics. These are all different techniques. So I can see in the lateral movement, I have system information discovery. I can click on it and this will give me the technique ID and detailed information about what this technique is all about. You also have different events as well under this. And yeah, so that's how it simplifies your job as a SOC analyst. To be very honest, I personally like ANY.RUN software. If you're a security professional, do check that out. If you have any question, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.